Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Alright, so it has been a few days since I've gotten to play. So I'm going to get my bearings here. You all know me, I could literally go a few hours and still need to get my bearings as to what we did in the last episode. Alright, so... Oh, that's super helpful. I don't really like it, but this definitely helps. Okay, looks like we have a spot down here that we could go check out. No, we're not. So, we went through... Did we loot this guy? Yeah. So we pretty much went through everything here. This goes back to the area that we came in. There was nothing up there. What am I missing? Ah, I have disposed the Orog chieftain and acquired his badge. I'm forever in debt to you. I cannot speak much longer. I must tell you that each of the 6 have such a badge. Should you go in search of him, you will know you will need to obtain each of them. I must rest. Goodbye, Red Wizard. Former Red Wizard. I think he was a Red Wizard. Am I mixing things up again? Yeah. Met an Umber Hulk who was actually a Red Wizard of Fae. So the only information he really provided us with is that we have to go find more of these badges. Okay. So let's go see if there's a section in this Dorn's Deep area that we missed. Boy, it's not looking like it, is it? Well, there was a lever up here, wasn't there? Yeah. Let's go see if this badge plugs into the lever. No. An enormous round table. An enormous round table. Oh! A secret door! Peepos! Doing your job! Anyway, this enormous round table is ornamented with elaborate dwarven inscriptions. Yeah, I don't know what these runes mean. They say the same thing in every single row, though. Maybe that's something. Secret door. Okay. Clever. Alright, so this looks like a trapped area. So let's get Peepos on the job. You give me a melody. Chant of the Smith. +2 armor class. Oh! Oh my god, War Chant of the Sith, and you named it of the Sith? Oh, hey, listen, I will tell you right now, and if any of you don't like this, get the fuck off my channel. Hail Palpatine. Oh my god. A regen, an armor class bonus, 10% resisting. Yeah. Oh my god. And it's named War Chant of the Sith. Oh, I'm all about it. Now, wait a minute, wait a minute. Maybe this symbol's on the table means something. But we're gonna check for... We're gonna check for traps. Keep him. That's one of the symbols on the table out there. So let's check for a trap here. I think that was one of the symbols. Can one of you go back out? Of course not. None of them seem to be trapped, but let's not go over there just in case, because I mean, you've got a glowing thing in the middle that makes me nervous. Okay, that is the same symbol. Say, because that looked like a hammer. I don't know what the dwarven language looks like, but so a hammer, an X, and what looks like the Olympic chains. That looks like the star that's in the middle. I mean, maybe I'm overthinking this. I don't know. So you two, come with me. Actually, no. You give me a war chant of the Sith, and you get on regenerating everyone's health. '96 and 106. Why are you singing Time Wars Melee? I told you to change it. Sing. There it is, man. Oh my god, that's huge. That is so helpful. Oh god. Alright, so let me walk all the way around, but let's be safe. I don't see that at... Yes, I do. I mean, nothing seems trapped, but it's got that star in the middle. There's the Olympic rings. It's nothing to look at. Do these glowing stones mean anything? Because you have glowing stones above each of their heads. So you have the hammer looking symbol. It was the hammer, then the X, then the Olympic rings, but they're not in the same order. That's so hammer, X, Olympic rings is what was on that table outside. So let's do oh shit save. Good luck. Oh, it is a puzzle. You hear a loud click followed by 11 similar sounding clicks echoing throughout the room. So that 11 must mean something. Everyone's full health. You can stop. So 11 clicks. So how many of these things are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12, but we only... You hear a loud click, so that's 1, followed by 11 similar sounding clicks. So that's the 1, and then all the others must have clicked off. Or is it the center? That must have clicked off. Does that mean I could walk all the way around to get this one? Oh my god, what are you thinking? Oh my god, I thought I had Peepo selected. Oh, my my heart just jumped up and hit my brain, but he just walked on this tile section. So that tells me I could walk around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the X. Let's go back and double check just to make... No, I know it is. I'm being super cautious. There it is. Okay, I got it. I see the puzzle. You have it match up what's out on the table from the outer all the way to the inner circle, and then follow it around. "11 similar sounding clicks." So you just follow it all the way around to the appropriate one, and there we go. Finally, you hear a loud clattering coming from the round table room. I'm assuming if you don't do that in the right order, like you get a fireball dropped on your head. Oh my god, I've never made such good use of bard songs before. But I mean, this is beautiful. 2 hit points per round. We finally can heal. There it is, baby! That's a nice chunk of change. Oh man, I love figuring out puzzles. And it turned into stairs. Let's go back and see if we missed anything else. So give me Timora's Melody. After you hit the Jester bag. Poison. Oh, no. Skydrop, Jim? Sure. Well, I don't think we need this poisonous battle axe. I feel like I could sell that. Alright, so nothing hidden. You know, now that I'm thinking of it, with this area background map, maybe I go back out to the Underdark and see if there's a section out there that I missed. Because that Underdark was extremely hard to see. Probably wasting my time. So nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, look, we missed a whole section. I guess we're heading up. Oh, looks like we got an enemy. Give me war chant of the Smith. Sith? How dare I? I gotta remember Peepos is invisible. Alright. Where's your shield, brother? God, we need to get you a better shield. What was this? Ah, that's right, removes that fatigue. Create container razor vine extract. Oh, that's what we found on that corpse. I don't know what that's used for, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. So you are at -6. More headings, alright. Alright, so now he should be at -8. And he should also be at 15%. Okay. 15 slashing, piercing, 10 to crushing. Oh, and that's just straight up resistances, so that's legit damage mitigation. As far as his modifiers, he's got -3, an additional -3 to slashing, additional -1 to missiles. So you should be very hard to hit. I say that. But he's also regenerating health too, which is huge. Leave Rachel alone. Guys. What weapon are you using again? It's one to stuns. Okay. That's one versus iron golems. Okay. You know, 25% chance to deal 3 cold damage. And then this other one, 50% chance to deal electrical damage. I mean, that's juicy. That stuff is juicy.
You didn't see that.
-8. And he was still getting hit. $19 + 3. $16 + 3. It doesn't matter. They were hitting, so. Well, actually, I would like to find. It doesn't matter. They're gonna roll what they roll. So the Ettins with the +3, if they roll a 13, they hit. So is a 13 the minimum for them to hit? And I mean, they were rolling really good. 17, 4. No, doesn't matter. They were rolling great. But the good news is we're regenerating. I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy. And we ran into Myconids. Oh, Peepos, don't attack, please. Oh, God. There goes my invisibility. Screw it. Attack. So I was playing a little bit of my retro machine today at Baldur's Gate 1, and today Baldur's Gate 2 and Throne of Balls showed up, and earlier on this week Tales of the Sword Coast showed up. So I got everything installed, and I've been playing it, and man, it really makes you... Like, I played it back in the day for a very brief time. So few... or so little bit of my time was spent on it because it pissed me off. I just didn't like the game. It was too hard. I was playing one of my, at the time, my favorite game. So playing another game, it would have had to been something special to pull me away from my favorite game at the time. But how hard it was, and the fact that I didn't like D&D back then, I couldn't get into it. So I didn't really remember just how hard it was. And just honestly how primitive it was compared to what we have today. Man, is it brutal. For example, whenever you go to your inventory screen, it doesn't pause the game. It doesn't pause the game. So that's brutal. When you look at your weapon proficiencies, there is no long sword, bastard sword. There's it's grouped. All the weapons are grouped. So that's different. Now there's just so many things that are different. It's very difficult to deal with. Oh! Alright, we're doing it like this. So there's the Urog. Wait, this is... Didn't we do this already? No, it was orcs the last time, wasn't it? I think it was orcs. Alright. Boy, we are out of spells, aren't we? Let's put a slow down. Gotta remember you have the reaction belts. Here, let's put some AoE down. Okay. Rachel, you can get up there and join. You, brother, keep singing. You two can get back here. Pepper that last one. Important.
See that?
There it is. Come on down, gentlemen. Actually, everyone can get up here and go. So it looks like, I'm pretty confident we did the same thing, but with orcs. This is so helpful. I mean, it's kind of annoying to look at. I much prefer it like this, but being in the Underdark, especially this area out here and whatnot, God, that helps a lot. You know what, man? Pick all this shit up. Because it stacks. I just threw my flawless sword. We want to keep that. And all this other stuff stacks. So, I mean, it's free money sitting on the ground. And these could go to covering the cost of bolts and darts and what have you. Hello. Oh, hey, look. Gentlemen, what are you doing? You know what? We need to get some kind of ranged on these guys as well. Can you really not hit them from there? There you go. Actually, you know what? You play my Song of the Sith. There's a great deal of heat emanating from within this building. Well, all right. Stop. Just stop. Stop trying to run. Jesus, fuck. I'm tired of your shit. You have longer range. Get over here. God. Do a shit save. Okay, who are you? Bandos. Eh? A visitor? Be brief, then be on your way. Uncle Mage. I didn't mean to intrude. Well, intrude is what you've very well done, now isn't it? How might I quickly send you on your way? Who are you? If you must know, my name is Bandoff. I study magics, and I am very particular about my work and privacy. So, if there's nothing more, I'd ask that you leave me be. I have some questions I'd like to ask you. Ask and be quick about it. I ran into an Umber Hulk who claimed he used to be a Red Wizard of Thay named Sablik Tan. Do you know anything about him? Ah, yes, the poor Umber Hulk. He can only hope the Urogs finally discover him digging into oblivion down there. Do you realize that he created those beasts? He may have mentioned something about it. And most displeased with their new forms, giving them the gift of enhanced logic only compounded but their anger with that spineless transmuter. A perfect sentence for his practices, I'd say. I hope they discover and transmute him into little pieces. At least he burrow every remaining bit of earth below my home. I spoke with an ancient elven lich named Laurel, whose daughter went missing, these parts ages ago. Do you know anything about her? I remember reading of an elven girl who arrived to help the dwarves in their time of need, but the details are escaping with my patience at the moment. What can you tell me about this area? You're determined to disturb me, aren't you? Well, you are currently trespassing within my home, a watchtower constructed by the dwarves who used to inhabit this complex they called Dorn's Deep. Please continue. The area was overrun by orcs and their like many ages ago, and now the filthy creatures have taken up residence in some sort of upper chambers of the complex. Fortunately, they haven't managed to dig down any further, or I might have to deal with far more pests than the occasional myconid. What is down further? Farther. According to some of the writings I've uncovered in the surrounding area, it is where the dwarves interred their dead. So anything's liable to be wandering around down there. What do you know of the dwarves who used to occupy these caves? Don't bother, I don't have time or the patience to detail the history of this place for you. You're an adventurer, are you not? Revel in joys of being one, and venture beyond my chambers. Now. That first option didn't seem great. Would you be interested in bartering? Perhaps. Although you'd better not be wasting my time with ridiculous odds and ends. Oh, baby. Spells. Can't steal from him. I don't think that'd be a good idea anyway. We could sell. Sell that terrible oil of speed. I can't sell this container of razorvine extract. This note. This is that note from. We're gonna hang on to that for the moment. That's the note we found off that rock chieftain. And we sell that one. Anyway, we need to look at these. So it's a level 5 spell. I mean, it summons. I don't know if I want to give up a precious level 5 for, quite frankly, weak summons. I've used these in the Black Pits and they haven't been great. But in all fairness, I use SCS, Ascension, CD tweaks, and make it really hard. So that uh, these might actually be better. Feeble-minded, I actually like. I mean, they sit there and just slobber all over the place and do nothing. It takes them out of the fight. So I do like it. But these level 5 spells are. He doesn't have much. He really actually doesn't. I will take a potion of cold resistance. I would love to steal from this guy. Oh, I mean, feeble-minded is only 510. Let's take it. But this, I mean, you're talking 3,060, another 3,000. So, I mean, you're talking what, 7,000 gold? And I don't think these have special abilities. The summon shadows is just because this guy's summon the undead. I think what we need to do when we use that stuff is to summon them and put them on casters or backlines and summon them on the backlines and archers because they're getting wrecked pretty easy in the front line. As a matter of fact, now that I say that out loud, we may need to swap out his anime dead. I'll need to think about that. But I think I will take Potion of Absorption, Potion of Insulation. It's cheap. Potion of Magic Protection. Now this is 100% different. Saving throws are. We'll pick this up too. Potion of Regeneration. An Oil of Speed for Thalic. I just don't think I could justify. You know what? I don't even care. Just get them. I am severely overthinking here. Did you put all that in here? And buy it. You fucking idiot. No, I did buy it. What? Oh, you've got it. You buy that. I'm gonna buy the Potion of Clarity too. I really, really want a penny pinch. Because I don't know what other things we can actually purchase once we get to a town. So this potion's gonna go to you. You can learn all of this. Let's give it to Van Dyne. He's the support caster. And Maven's gonna be our... Maven's our mage damage dealer. Yeah. I think this will be worth keeping and recharging for him, especially if he's going to be our tank. Alright, do you have anything else you want to say to me? I'm curious as to what he'll say if we tell him we don't like his tone. I don't like your tone, old man. You've tested my patience since the moment you stepped in my house. Suggest you leave me out for it, demonstrate. Okay, that turns him hostile. Okay. Well, we did find other areas. Yeah, I think this cave is the cave that had the orcs. Yeah, and then okay, so cave, got it. I mean, I know we went down there. Well, I'm glad we went back. Actually, let me look at level 5 spells here. So let's get rid of Summon Shadow, or Cone of Cold. We'll put Summon Shadow in. You don't have level 5 spells yet. And he's got that damn Animate Dead at level 5. That's so bad for a level 5 spell. We need to get rid of Animate Dead. Move. You already have a zone of sweet air. Exaltation gets rid of what? Fear, sleep, feeble-mindedness, unconsciousness, as well as berserk, and confusion state of minds. I'll pick that up. You know, it couldn't hurt to have a remove curse and a remove paralysis. Blind playthrough, I don't know what I'm going to need. So, we'll leave it at that for now. Do I like... Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. We are going to have to rest. I'm very glad I went back out here. Spent a bunch of money, but we picked up some spells. And how close is Van Dyne to leveling? Not all that close. Alright, so let's try to rest. Negative. Everybody can just go. You actually, I want you to keep singing. You put your melee weapons on. Back it up. I mean, they probably aren't going to sell for hardly anything, but... Alright, try to rest. Oh, you didn't want to feed me more? So let's put your stone skin up. Let's put Actually, you have your minor sequencer still? You don't. I think I have double web, so we're gonna go double web. Yes, double web. Bam! Done. Let's rest again. Now wait a minute. We only rested for 8 hours. And we did that to make sure we had our spell sequencer, right? Oh, duration 8 hours. It's 12 in Baldur's Gate. Alright, you know, and now that I said that did the Baldur's Gate comparison, and I'm sure everyone does it, but I feel like I've done it for the 900th time there. I gotta remember, this is not fucking Baldur's Gate. That's fine. I mean, 8 hours is still a long time. But now that I know it's 8 hours, I've lost 4 hours going to this game. Let's not use it right off the bat, at least. Somebody else hold on to this. You're not doing anything. Oh. Yes, sir. Down we go. This massive gear mechanism for the massive gear mechanism for the retractable stairwell is still creaking from recent operation. Sure. DeVere's note. This trap has left me for dead, but it's just as well. I have felt the evil within me since the moment I stepped foot into this crypt. My actions no longer my own, my thoughts confused, my will gone. Perhaps another will discover the disturbance before it manages to overcome them. I found another route through a gaping hole in one of the prison cells in the Urag-infested area above this chamber. That led to yet more of their foul kind and a large grotesque beast that I could have sworn was speaking to me. Perhaps the evil was within my mind even then. Well, no, it wasn't. He's talking about where the Red Wizard guy, the Umber Hulk / Red Wizard guy was. But there's a trap. Alright. Well, we haven't found a trap. But we need to put invisibility up. Oh, there's a trap. So I guess that note is mostly there to tell you there's a trap there, and in case you didn't go see Sablik Tan. Okay, but let's be careful here. Let's scout ahead, look for traps. Get Time Mora's melody going. So your bonuses are up to what? 145, 130, 110. We'll see. We'll see how well this detect illusion. Oh, real quick. In the original Baldur's Gate, I didn't see set traps either from off the discs. Like really? There's no thief controlled script either. It's crazy. It's fun, but it's damn hard. But anyway, sorry. So I think I'd like to get to 150 on each one of these, and then after that, I'll start putting points into hide and shadows and pickpockets. I'm not seeing any traps, so let's come up. You suddenly feel very, very cold. So there's cold resistance on you. Robe of cold resistance there. This is acid. No, cold. Cold resistance on you. That's the acid resistance. Insulation is electrical. I don't know if I want to use this. This is very important. So that's all the cold resistance stuff that we have. We'll distribute that if we get hit with a cold bomb or something. Oh shit. Norlinor. Viler, have you come to desecrate the remains of our home? I was thinking about it, yes. What is that response? No, absolutely not. Then why do you disturb the Temple of Moradin? I was hoping to learn more of the conflict that occurred within this area. Two catastrophes occurred within Dorn's Deep. The first was the destruction of our community at the hands of the orcs. More recently, there has been an occupation of our cemetery in the Tears of the Dead by the necromancer Terrakan. Terrakan? Terrakan is a wretched necromancer that came to Dorn's shortly after the strife that put an end to our community. He was aware of the tragedy that gripped Dorn's Deep, and knew it would serve as fertile ground to continue his research. Well, what was he researching? During the construction of the Deep, we had the misfortune of uncovering a cavern that housed an ancient vortex from the negative energy plane. Now, I don't know if some being from that plane felt our presence, or if the vortex itself was disturbed by the intrusion. But shortly thereafter, the undead began to appear. And these undead invaded Dorn's Deep. At first, it was merely a skeleton or two, nothing we couldn't handle. But over time, we received more and more reports of undead sightings. In the end, I don't think any of us were prepared for what would become known as the Battle of the Dead. Well, how did the battle begin? One morning, our community awoke to the screams of the son of Jamath. He had been playing with some of the He had been playing within some of the caves near the forge and claimed he had seen a small group of skeletons. We sent a few men down to investigate. They returned badly wounded. Well, what had they found? Hundreds of skeletons, zombies, ghouls, and other undead had simply appeared in the Vortis cave, preparing to attack the settlement. With time working against us, we assembled our remaining soldiers and went forth to vanquish the deceased. But hundreds of undead, even with greater numbers to follow, the dwarves would have been greatly outnumbered. No, Dorn's dwarf would concede defeat while our community would. No Dorn's dwarf would concede defeat while our community was threatened. Our wound began to accumulate, and many of our brethren joined their attackers in the spiritual unrest that day. Just as it appeared that we might have to retreat, a miracle occurred. A miracle? From within the tides of flesh and bone emerged Jarmuth, hacking at the dead around him with a fevered glee, bellowing with laughter. With each swing of his weapon, the undead around him disintegrated, regardless of whether he struck them or not. It was a beautiful sight to see, my friend. So the undead fell around him just by his presence? How's that possible? Brother, we do that. We can do that. Turn undead. Jarmuth and our community were touched by Morden that day. We had later discovered the vortice that had brought forth the undead was somehow reversed, returning their spirits to their home within the plane of negative energy. And Terrigan came along. As a necromancer, he must have heard about the vortice, correct? Yes. Once our community was... Fucking... text messages. I'm not sure if you could hear the notification. I apologize if you can. Yes, once our community no longer inhabited these chambers, Terrican took up residence in the Hall of Heroes with a determination to restore the vortice. He is convinced that if he unlocks its secrets, he will be able to manipulate the other vortices throughout favor. How? It seems the energies of the vortice would kill any man that approach it. Terrican knew no mortal man could ever master the vortice. Shortly after his arrival in our home, he began preparing himself for the rituals necessary to become a lich. Fortunately, Terrican must have neglected some of the proper enchantments, as the power he wields are inferior to much of his kind. If so, can you stop him? Terrican is much more powerful than I. I am fortunate I continue to inhabit these chambers with my own mind. Once Terrican learns of any dead within these halls, he seeks to destroy their will with his necromantic arts. Anything that lives, he slays. Is this going to be like in Siege of Dragonspear, where we get like a quote-unquote baby lich? This has that flavor going for it. Because in Siege of Dragonspear, there was that lich who had just become a lich. And we had to go... You could fight him, but it wasn't a good idea. But he was definitely weaker than a regular lich. I don't remember exactly the details, but I could hit him at the level that I was at, which I really shouldn't have been able to. And you had to go get his you had to go find his phylactery in that plane of fire. There was like a chamber within that complex on the other side, and you had to go get his phylactery and destroy it. Then you kill him and he's permanently dead. I think that's how that went. But since he was a new lich, they justified it by making him very weak. It's like, if you're going to give me a lich fight, give me a lich fight. Oh my god, phone. If you're going to give me a lich fight, give me an actual lich fight. Don't give me a watered down version of it. Anyway, I'm getting that flavor from this too. Now this came before Siege of Dragonspear, so I'm not gonna fault this one for trying something. Anyway, I could destroy Terrakin for you. Well, that would not be an easy task. You cannot destroy Terrakin by striking him down. It is his life force that sustains him, not his shell. Life force? Liches store their life forces within a special constructed phylactery. Yep. So we're gonna have to find his phylactery. Just so it kind of feels like Siege of Dragonspear stole this idea. Not saying they did, but maybe they had, just the same idea. But yeah, this feels like it's gonna be the same thing. Most liches go to great lengths to protect their phylacteries, often placing them in remote locations where no one can find them, then safeguarding them with enchantments. Terrakin, however, feels his phylactery is safe close to him, and he has placed it within a crypt in these halls of heroes. In the Hall of Heroes. So all we have to do is reach there and destroy it. The phylactery is not something that can be destroyed by common means to destroy it. You'll need to remove it from this plane, a daunting task to be certain. No less daunting than other impossibilities we've been forced to endure in coming north. How can we remove this phylactery from this plane? That is where fortune favors us. The very vortex that Terrakin is studying can destroy him as well. It lies within the Hall of Heroes, inside the tomb of Jameth. Any undead being, regardless of power, is pulled back on that dreadful plane of existence upon entry to the tomb. That is why I've never been able to enter the tomb myself. So I would need to take the phylactery inside Jameth's tomb to destroy Terrakin. That doesn't sound too difficult. But to reach the Hall of Heroes, you need to pass through the Tears of the Dead, where Terrakin resides. Not only that, but the great door to the Hall of Heroes is locked, and I'm certain Terrakin possesses the key. If you defeat Terrakin's physical form, make haste for the Hall of Heroes, for he will only be subdued for a short while. I'll see what I could do. Let me ask you another question. We're in need of aid. Oh, okay. God, these prices. A heal? Well, that's a full heal, but still. 900. Do you really have to charge us that? A donation. You get so... Alright, well, we didn't need the cold resistance stuff, so... Let me take stock of the scrolls. Fire resistance for 12 hours. Okay, that's 80 resistance for turn. Okay. That's the difference. Remove paralysis, slow poison. Only does not neutralize the poison. Well, that's changed in this as well. Okay. Uh, Alright, so we are a little past time. Tears. Gear room. Alright, let's go ahead and end it here, and we will pick it up in the next one. So, thank you very much for watching.